Well, this is a sad day in our shop for LS engines. We've had two almost back-to-back catastrophic failures come to us. First with the LS7 that dropped the valve and just blew out the whole driver's side of the block. I mean, cracked the block from the head all the way down to the oil pan. And now we have this Trailblazer SS engine that has blown out both sides of the lower block itself. And we're going to try to understand a little bit better about what happened there. First thing we got to do is reclaim our engine lift plate off the valley. And we need to get our valve train off, get the rockers up. And get the push rods out. Aftermarket push rods. Well, this Trailblazer motor, this LS2 did have a cam in it. The guy said he had a hot cam in it. It sounded great. Felt great when he got on. That's something else for both of our catastrophic failures. Both of these motors had hot cams in them, so that's something else to consider. Here's bank one, here's bank two. Push rods. Okay. Now the heads need to come off. We don't expect there to be any problems with the top end, but break it down that way anyway. Yeah, I get a little extension. And the head bolts. I always like to release the torque from the head in the exact opposite order of torquing them down, right? Normally when we torque any head bolt down, we're going to start in the center and then spiral our way outwards. So we put the torque like that, so we flatten out the gasket as we're applying the torque. And I like to release it spiraling inward from the outwards in. sides the same way. Okay. I'm not gonna do this left hand, but that's okay. All these head bolts would be garbage anyway. These are factory head bolts. They're torque wheeled. They're only good for a single time, single use. There's really no point to the direction I release the torque on these heads because the head gaskets, I'm pretty sure, failed. And so the heads likely are warped anyway, no matter what you do. Okay. I'll take the heads off. Yeah, sure. Oh my gosh. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, let me take this one off. Whoa. We got, on this side, we got a bent valve, exhaust valve, bent. And you guys can see what that's been doing to that piston, right? Oh my gosh. But look at that. Now that is some destruction. That piston is has a big old hole in it. Wow. Well, so much for that idea. I had thought, because I've seen this happen before where the head's just where the cylinder hydrolocks from water and it just bends up and destroys the rod, but apparently almost the same cylinders on cylinders 5 and 6. Let me come back. Bring it back a little bit. Okay. On same thing on this head, we have a bent valve. And I guess that's what did that to the piston. All right, well, let's keep it going. Let's get the motor upside down and let's see what there is to see under the pan. Because we clearly threw a rod. I mean, there's holes in the block. Oh my gosh, you guys hear that? There's a whole mess of stuff rolling around in there. This is the passenger side of the block, and I'll show you guys the damage on the outside real quick. It's just above the knock sensor. Well, below it right now because it's upside down, but See that chunk gone? That's on the right-hand side, on the passenger side, on bank 2. Bank 1 had the oil gallery blown out. So something came around and just beat its shit to death, beat itself to death. Let's get this pan off. You know, I don't know why people paint oil pans. I don't know why this pan is blue. I'm a stickler about painting my motors. I like aluminum to be aluminum. If you gotta paint it silver or aluminum so it still looks aluminum, just fresh. And I like my steel to be black. I think that's a really good professional look. That's what I try to do on all the motors that I set up. Okay, where is this? How about that? Nobody put a bolt in this hole above this fitting. Oh. Oh my gosh. Ooh. There's bits all down in there. Wow. Oh, wow. Well, here's a wrist pin. I need to reposition the camera to the other side. Look at that. There is chunks and bits of debris everywhere in this thing. And circlip. Let me see if I can't get the windage tray off. Whew. Man. Well, now we know why it was locked up so bad. I mean, my gosh. All right. And here's the windage tray. That rod is done. There's a piece of rod. The rod just shattered. Well, I don't think my customer's gonna be too happy with this. I don't think that cam is good. He was hoping we were gonna be able to reuse his cam, but it really doesn't look like that's gonna be the case. There is nothing left of that. Oh my gosh. That is done. See if I can show you guys a little bit better. The cam is absolutely chewed up right there. Saves me time for pulling it out. We were going to try to see if we could save it, but there is nothing here to save. This motor is done. While we're here, let's take off that timing cover too. .4x on the cam wheel. Thought that early LS2 and Corvette had 58 on the crank and 1 cam. Well, nothing really great going on in there. Nothing really terrible, but wouldn't want to use this. It's got the truck tensioner on it, that's for sure. Cool one. All these bits of metal. Okay, that completes that teardown. There is nothing usable or salvageable in this motor. Nothing at all. There's something else about this motor. As I understood it, 2005-2006 Trailblazer SS has used a 24X reluctor on the crank. And when we have this all apart, we understand that, that we have a 58X wheel on the back of the crank. I now need to do some research. This is a 2006 Trailblazer. It is, its production date was 11/05, so it's definitely an 06 motor. I don't know if the PCM was swapped for it to have this, or if, I didn't see the Lingenfelter TRG002 converter box, but that is a 58X wheel. When I look it up in my shop database, even ShopKey identifies it as 24X. When I go in with my Veris Edge scan tool and I look in the guided component tests and I look up crank sensor, it's telling me it's a 24X2. But clearly we are looking at a 58 tooth wheel. So that's something that I still need to understand, and hopefully before we get the next motor coming. So one good thing about lemons, if there was any good thing about lemons, is the potential to make lemonade. And now we wait to see what cool engine we get to build and set up to put back in this. To be continued.